Hey everybody, welcome back to Dark Souls 2, Scholar for Sin. It's been a couple days since I did some playing, just took a little break over the holidays. And between videos I did a little bit of looking at the footage. Not all of them are up yet, but most of the videos are up now. And there was actually a couple things that I missed, so we're not going to do Belfry Luna just yet. I actually want to head back. Let's see here. I had intended to go back to this area, and then just forgot. I don't know. I got rambling on about other stuff and just didn't do it, which is nothing new for me. So there was a whole section that we missed here. If you recall, I hopped down that way, but we never went up here. So, we have another one of these guys. And we're actually going to want to, I don't know, over this way. Oh, come on, out of the way. This way, come on. Really? I don't know about that one. There we go. We got a couple items to pick up here. Nothing too important, though. These guys really aren't all that bad. But we have a little poison area to go through as well, which I dropped down into briefly but didn't fully explore. So, well, let's go ahead and do that. It's quite dark. If I remember correctly, I can actually... Oh! I didn't realize there was enemies in here. If I remember correctly... Just making sure no one's coming up on me. I thought I heard some moving. I can pop a flame butterfly in here and see a little better. Just a shade. Oh, really? I thought there was another winding path here. I guess I was wrong. Well, suppose I can go drop down this one still. Life gems do indeed stack, so as you can see, popping 2 of them there was enough to even heal during the poison. Fading soul. And then this comes out over here. And I haven't checked down this way yet. I know HP is getting a little low. We'll go do that. And we'll actually just go rest at the bonfire and then take out those guys. I'm curious, actually, if Solapees will deal damage to them. As, I think they count as hollow. Solapees, the spell we have here, you saw us use it on the rat boss. It doesn't. Interesting. Okay, I might not be... I might need to be a little lower for them. That's a possibility. Man, they really can aggro to you from all the way over there. It's an item that I missed there, actually. got some of the items, but not all of them, so why don't we go finish these guys off? And get these items. I think there might be a chunk down here. There we go. Haven't played in a couple days, so I gotta get back into the groove of it. Oh, it's a slab. Well, I suppose a slab is technically better than a chunk. I think that's everything. Okay, that was all I wanted to do here. I think... Did we drop down here? Hold on. Guess not. Oh, we did. Okay, we came just from the other way, that's why. Alright. So, now we are going to go... We still have a bunch of ways that we could go. I'm probably going to do Shaded Wood last, so I'll probably do Gutter next. But we do still have Belfry Luna to go do. And I'd like to take this fight on a little earlier. Just so, if you have a max weapon, this fight is really not that hard at all. And we're part of the Bell Covenant, but I think the enemies might still attack us. I can't remember. So we just use a Pharaoh's Lockstone there. And that reveals a new area for us, Belfry Luna. Now, we've seen the gargoyles a couple times. We have also seen this NPC over in Belfry Soul. We just got invaded there. And we got a free little human effigy there. What I will do is clear out the area, and then I'll probably run through again afterwards, so that we have full Estus for the boss. It's a small soapstone here. Is this an NPC? It is. I think it's this room you can drop into. Yes. Blue tier stone ring. Not especially useful. I think this is a simpleton spice? Skeptic spice? I was half right. overall, this area is really not too bad. It's quite short. It's about the same length as Belfry's Soul, except we have a boss fight. The door to which is right there. However, we got some stuff up here we can go check out. That we have to check out, rather. And even with, I think our weapon is +7 or +8. These enemies are obviously not very difficult. If we came here with +8, if we came here with a +10 weapon, this whole area would be a complete joke. So, I'd rather have a little bit of challenge at least. I don't remember if there's chunks here or not. And I can't remember where all the items are either. The last corner I check, of course. Okay. No chunk. We can get a little sneak peek into the boss room down there as well. We've only used one of our Estus, so I'm fine going into the fight like this. We'll probably be fine. We'll see how many times I die on this fight. Not too many, hopefully. Mm. Mm. Ouch. This is another one of the management fights. Which this game has quite a few management fights. People like to complain about Dark Souls 2 having gank fights. But I prefer these over some of like the gimmick fights that Dark Souls 3 has. Dark Souls 3 has quite a few gimmick bosses that I am just not a big fan of. Still take a couple hits, but... There we are. So, yeah, you can see, even with a +8 weapon, which you can get very easily here, this fight is not too difficult. If I had waited to come here until I had a +10, this fight would have been way too easy. Even so, it was easy enough as is. You can see the damage that we get here from the Hadenite Spear is really, really good. I think a lot of people really overlook this weapon in this build. Now, we have a little bit more to do here. We used to have to come here to get the... oh, what's the name of it? There's a key. The Bastille Key. The Bastille Key used to be in this area coming up right here. But they moved it in Scholar so that you can get it before this, which is quite nice. You'll see, on a couple occasions like this, I might one-hand the spear, just because I know I don't need to two-hand it in order to one-shot the enemies, and it'll be less stamina if I one-hand it. But still not very difficult. This build makes short work of a lot of stuff. Petrified something, the Dragon Tooth. these dogs have a good chance to drop human effigies as well. Enchanted falchion. So if you want to farm human effigies, this area is not too bad. You can kill them till they're gone. So there's like 5 dogs there. There are 6 dogs maybe. So that's Belfry Luna done and out of the way. Next up, we'll be going to the gutter, I think. I could do Shaded Woods like I said, but we'll go ahead and do gutter. Despite what a lot of people might say, I love this area. Even in vanilla, I loved this area. I think it's very, very cool. We are going to have to wear or wield a torch for most of this area. Because it is quite dark, but that is the whole point. I think it's there. You don't get anything, I don't believe, for lighting all the torches like you do in Things Betwixt. We can drop down into that area there. Some of the floorboards will fall away, but I'm going to move straight across here first. And as you can see, we have 2 hours of torch time. So I'm not too concerned about that. And we can relight our torch from any of these along the way. As you can see, we have a couple places we can drop down to. These statues here, they spit poison out at you, which can definitely be a little bit of a pain. This jump you can make is a very, very nice skip. However, we have some other stuff we want to go down to first. Now, if you remember, quite a while ago, I picked up a few extra fire bombs. And this area is why. I'll probably need to go buy a few more. Forget which one it is. Looks like this one. Yep. So these oil pits, you can see him bobbing up and down a little bit. Don't know if there's any more. We can drop down on this side here, which does lead back here, so that's what I'll do. Nope. Should be able to hear, I believe they're basilisks. No, it's just a bunch of hollows. I thought they sounded like basilisks. Is there one up top, maybe? I don't know a lot of these areas super well in Scholar, so the physical layout is the same, but not all of the area is the same. There we go. It will shoot at you if you come over here and open this chest. I got a Ring of Soul Protection. And we have an NPC invader here. It's supposed to be an homage to... I think supposed to be an homage to the NPC that invades you in Blighttown. So you got a bunch of the statues there. I'm just going to run past them. Alright. And now we'll drop down. I think there's another spot we can jump across. Perhaps on this next platform. We can jump over to there. Which I think, other than Homeward Boning, is our only option. After playing this and this area and enjoying it as much as I did, going to Dark Souls 1 Blighttown, because if you haven't seen the earlier videos, I talk about the order I played these games. I played Dark Souls 1 before this, but I only got through to Taurus Demon before I decided I was not a very big fan. This we will come back to later. Actually, yeah, okay. Just making sure there's not another item in here we could get before we get the key. I played this before I played Dark Souls 1. So this area being dark and having these cool platforming sections, I really enjoyed it. So I was hoping that I would enjoy Blighttown's as well. I didn't. Can drop down here. We can backtrack to there as well. Okay. So, I'm very skilled, as you can see. As I was just praising the platforming as well, quite funny. But we'll run back over there quick. Once you have the torches down, the area looks a lot nicer when you can see the layout of everything. This area wasn't quite as dark. Now, I want to be careful of these. Not too worried about the dog. I'm more worried about these. These will... Let's see how many hit me. Oh, none, actually. Okay. They are Corrosive Urns, which will mess up your durability of your equipment. Dark Pyromancy Flame. If you are trying to be a Pyromancer, you can run down here before you fight any bosses, and come get this flame. You don't have to go through No Man's Wharf. Just making sure we don't have another spot we can drop down on. It's been a while. No, okay. We have the ladder up. Right here. You can see I think you can make the jump across to here if you wanted to as well. Yeah, this area gets a lot of hate, but I thoroughly enjoy it. Twinkling Titanite. Smooth and silky stone. I know that there are some chunks here. You can also jump across from there to here, I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of jumps you can make. Good doggy. We have a drop down we can make here to some other areas. A lot of people don't know about this one, I'm pretty sure. I believe this is a chunk, right? Yes. Full Tattered Cloth set. That is the Dark Souls 1 Pyromancer set. You can see we have a Haid Knight there. Anything else in here? Okay. Got one of them hanging on a string at the end there. I just want to light that before I fought him. Want to two-hand him to make sure we can stagger him. He gives us the Haid Lance and the Haid Iron Mask. The Lance is worse than the Spear, in my opinion. Let's see, where is it? Haid Lance. Obviously ours is upgraded quite significantly. The Haid Lance is strength instead of dex, obviously. But it just has way worse scaling. I think its flat damage is better. It doesn't have the same amount of flat damage, but I think its scaling ends up being a little better towards the end. We can get up to, I believe it goes to C scaling for Dex and B scaling for Lightning at +10. Whereas, where is it? The Lance here, I think maxed out it will go up to B. If you do Lightning, you'll probably be able to get B and B. I'm not entirely sure. The attack pattern of it isn't quite as good either, in my opinion. It has the lance attacks, so the they're slower, first of all, is the big thing, and they use more stamina. So for a PvP build, you can probably get slightly higher damage per hit out of the lance. But for a PvE build, like what I'm doing here, you're better off just going for a faster weapon with smaller stamina cost. As well as going dexterity has its advantages. Dexterity gives you, there's the Aura set, and we have both the invisible and visible versions of the set. What was I saying? The dexterity build has the advantage of giving you faster item usage from your dexterity as well. So consuming your Estus Flask and life gems and stuff is affected by both your agility and your dexterity. So there's an Estus Flask shard, speaking of. You can see all the areas we've been to. Still got a bit more to do here. And we have a little zip line, which you can actually drop off of early and drop down onto the bridge if you're ballsy enough. Not where I wanted to go. Little heart attack there. Okay. Almost done with the gutter. Unfortunately. Just want to make sure I break all of them so I'm not getting poisoned. And you can see up there where I was saying we could make the jump over to here from earlier. You can jump, I think there's a spot you can jump across. We have another dog down there, and we'll kill him in a moment. We want to go here first, though. Here's where you can jump across. First Estus. Now, we could jump across there, but I'm going to go drop down here first. Now, if you wanted to be very slow and careful with this, you could, I believe... Oh no, iron arrows don't do it. Okay, I thought iron arrows would destroy them. I guess you need to be using great arrows of some kind. Yeah, you're gonna get poisoned there. You can jump from the top down to here as well. And the second bonfire of the area. Now, we have quite a few souls here, so I'm going to go back to Majula and spend some of them before I lose them. Because it's very likely I die here.
Is that a shot? Here to see, however.
So we'll hand in the Estus Shard. And level up. Like I said, we're going all the way to 50 Faith. Then once I get 50 Faith, I'll be putting points into a mix of attunement and some other stats. Health and endurance. I won't need any vitality. As you can see, I have all of my equipment equipped, and I'm still well below... I'm just teleported to where I was. Well below that 70%. I think I'm using the Royal Soldier Ring, so I may want to put some points in vitality later. And I may swap my armor up. Oh, I'm not. I'm not even using the Royal Soldier. And I'm a little higher up than I thought I was, but still not too bad. Use the old Leo ring right now. Actually, I'm going to use the cat ring right now. Because we're going to have a little bit of falling to do here. And by a little bit of falling, I mean a lot of falling. As you can see, there's a lot of ladders here. And if you want, I don't think there's anything too important here, really. So you can skip this if you'd like. This is the fog wall that we saw earlier from up on that ledge. I think there's a dog down here. Not quite. Like I said earlier, we don't get anything for lighting all these torches. I just enjoy doing it for completion's sake. Not that I've had 100% completion or anything. I think we've seen these guys in Harvest Valley, but you'd probably recognize them from Dark Souls 3. We got a big bug here, and she doesn't hurt us. In fact... Oh god. Please kill it. She doesn't kill us. In fact, this smoke here will cure poison. And a lot of people don't know that either. But we get some poison moss here. Bug ahead, but friend. Saint, therefore don't you dare. Hurrah for bug, but visions of giant. Don't think we have anything to light over here. Nope. I'm thinking of vanilla when there was a dog out here. There used to be one. Can get there from here? Looks like it. I honestly forget which of these I have to go down for each of the item drops, so I'm just gonna go down all of them. Hmm. Alright. That's a one-way ladder. As is this one, I believe. Oh, it's not. You can see the hitbox on this spear is quite large as well, which is very, very nice. There's a few items up there that we can still get, which I will go back for. But I'm gonna head on through here first and get the bonfire. Like I said, these will break your equipment, so you want to be careful about that. And we have a Fragrant Branch of Yore here. And something you might notice, this Fragrant Branch, we don't have to kill a boss to get this branch, which has a lot of implications for this game and progression. It's a very important Fragrant Branch. If you remember, I said in the first video, there's 13 or 14 bosses, somewhere around there, that you can go and kill as your first boss. And that Fragrant Branch of Yore is a big reason why. In fact, there's quite a few optional bosses that you could do for your first boss as well. We are gonna head back to the top and work our way back down, because I think I missed one or two items. And I like this area so much, so I don't mind coming back here. This is the only area in the game, really, that you want to use a torch for. There's not too many other circumstances where a torch is very useful. This one? Maybe not. I might have got all the items, actually. Missed a couple torches, but no items. Alright. We'll go ahead and homeward bound then. And we'll get on with the next area. Now, Black Gulch, I think, is a much worse area than the gutter. I'm actually going to go to Majula first, because I want to pick up a couple things. This area is kind of boring. But, compared to the gutter anyways, I love the gutter. But you're not going to hear a lot of people say that, but I love it. I thoroughly enjoy going through that area. It's nowhere near as bad as people make it out to be. It's quite enjoyable. We'll buy 20. And let's actually buy these as well.
Thanks.
And before we fight this boss, we're going to want to come back and buy those bright bugs, because this is a Lord Soul boss here. But there's another bonfire we'll hit before we do that, so that's fine. You might think that equipping like the poison resistance ring, the poison bite ring here, would be good. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. The higher your poison resistance, the longer it takes for you to get poison, but doesn't reduce the damage you take from poison. So it's not really that big of a deal. We're going to want to be human here as well. This area, however, does look cool. Right out of the gate, you might notice this. Look carefully. You can see a little couple ledges. If you have a torch here, you can see it a lot better as well. There's quite a few of these ledges that you can drop down onto. And the first one is right here, I believe. Yep. And we have a friendly face here as well.
Oh. You... My thoughts are very scattered. What is this curse? The question rings in my mind, but I haven't the focus to answer it. Loss frightens me no end. Loss of memory, loss of self. If I were told that by killing you I would be freed of this curse, then I would draw my sword without hesitation. I don't want to die. I want to exist. I would sacrifice anything at all for this. It shames me, but it is the truth. Sometimes I feel obsessed with this insignificant thing called self. Even so, I am compelled to preserve it. Am I wrong to feel so? Surely you do the same in my shoes. Maybe we're all cursed from the moment we're born. Sometimes I feel obsessed. Even so, am I wrong to feel maybe we're all from the moment we're born.
So this is the last time, or the second last time, we'll actually see her. The last time before the end of her quest, though. Something I didn't mention either is you might recognize her outfit if you've played Dark Souls 3. This is where the armor in Dark Souls 3 comes from, is her outfit. Now, the order in which you talk to her does not matter. She will appear in all of these locations that you've seen throughout these first couple episodes here. And she'll have the same dialogue depending on the order you talk to her in. So if this was the first time you found her, she should have the dialogue that she had the first time we found her, which I believe was in the Lost Bastille? It might have been No Man's Wharf, actually. So the dialogue is the same, just, you know, the first, second, third, and fourth time you talk to her, she has these different dialogues. But you can talk to them in any order, and go to them in any order, doesn't matter. You don't have to destroy all these. It's totally unnecessary. Can't quite see which of these it is. Ah, there it is. We are indeed going to use these fire bombs for the same purpose. Not that these enemies are very difficult or anything. Great magic weapon. Again, you can come down here and get great magic weapon without killing a boss. We have a worm here. Now we have a dead worm. Scraps of Life is a very nice hex if you're using hexes. You can see we deal quite a lot of damage to these worms, so they're not too much trouble. We have another spot here where we can drop off. However, I'm not going to go through all that just yet. I'll come back and do a lot of that later. Oh, wow. He got me with the grab. I think if we had have healed up from the poison, the grab might not have got us, but that's okay. Hey there, Forlorn. We missed his trigger to summon him last time because we were down by Lucatiel. Actually, I think Forlorn only invades you when you're hollow, doesn't he? That might be it. Oh. We're dead. Wow, that's the first time we've lost souls. I wanted to try and kill him before we moved on. Suppose I can do this the easy way. I've been using fire bombs, but I do have fire arrows that I can use as well. As you can see. course, poison in Dark Souls 2 is very painful. Actually, go ahead and pop an herb here. My god. Oh, I'm dead again, aren't I? Oh no. Wasn't taking the poison damage, thankfully. I forget exactly which of these all have enemies. I'm pretty sure this one does. Yeah. Is this the best use of my fire arrows? Probably not. Alright. He takes like nothing from that fire. So we have a little pathway here. And we can use one of our fragrant branches on this statue. This was not here. A lot of these were added in throughout Scholar. But we have another bonfire. And we have a spot here where we can drop back down a lot easier. And we are at the boss now, so before we do that, I'm gonna go use some soul items and buy as many of those bright bugs as I can. I don't need anything from Belfry Gargoyle. It's looking like I'm not gonna have enough to buy all of them, which means we're actually not gonna fight that boss just yet. Yes, I can buy one of them. So, before we fight that boss, I'm gonna go do some other stuff. Since we can head on over to Shaded Woods. We're gonna go to the Ruined Fork Road. And we get to go to an area that a lot of people dislike. I'm not the biggest fan of this area either, but if you take it slow, it's not too bad. So you can see off in the distance there, Yeah, it gets a little worse once you get further in. But from here, you can see... Yeah. So, it's pretty bad in here. Hard to see very far in front of you, but if you know the layout, it's not too bad. I might die a couple times here. I see you. Come on. If you know the layout, it's not too bad. You just stick to the wall. I'm sticking to the right wall, which is not where you want to go if you want to get to the end of the area. But there's a couple items that I'd like to pick up. No, they're around here somewhere. Come on. I see him. Old Sun Ring. They're not quite invisible, but they are very hard to see. And we go from this side here, all the way along here. Yep. There's one that follows you here. This is the item that we're really looking for. The old sun ring there is also very nice, but primarily we want to come here for this. Chloranthy ring +1. Which is an upgrade to the Chloranthy ring we've been wearing. Hey. So we can follow this wall along. There are a few things hidden throughout the mist as well. So this is the exit out. However, there's a couple more things I want to pick up. So we come out of the mist a little bit here. Usually there's a guy who might follow you up here. We don't have him following us though, and instead we have a head.
Leave me be. I like it quiet. Leave me be. What business have you here, traveller? You may call me Vengarl, if I deserve a name in this sorry state. 'Tis rare to flap these gums. This is pleasant. Long ago, I was hired to defend the kingdom. I remember a long, brutal fight, and then somebody killed me. Or so I thought. I came to and found myself like this. I don't know what explains it, but it's not so bad, really. Now I watch the days go by and gaze at the night sky, thinking of the finer things, far removed from war. I'd grown weary of battle, but did not realize it until now. I know not what brings you on this journey, nor will I deign to ask. You may bear a great burden, but don't we all? I prefer to stay my distance. But I want to warn you of something. My body. I see visions. My body, headless, raging without me. My body wielding my sword, a sword forged only to kill. My body will show no mercy. If you see the wretched thing, stay far away. I learn new things every day. Things never learned in battle. And, thanks to you, I've recalled the joy of conversation. If I can help you, if you require something, do speak up.
Little funny one there.
I cannot lie. Sometimes I wonder what's become of the kingdom. I was a hired hand, yes, but we soldiers stared death in the eye together. And for His Highness, I am afraid. But perhaps it's for the best. We knew not what we fought for. I was born in Feroza, a land in the distant east. When I was born, we were already mired in prolonged conflict with our neighbours. Eventually, our kingdom fell, and our people scattered. I've been a sellsword ever since. All I ever knew was war, and I can imagine no other way to live. What a fool I was. I am grateful for these peaceful days. But such contentment lies only in the here and now. Why must life be so confounding? Thank you for lending an ear to my ramblings. Here, take these. I've no use for them.
Gives us his helmet. And we got the achievement for that.
And resume your journey.
Apparently I never did that on PC. I played this game a little, but not too much on PC. So we can buy unlimited gold pine resin and lightning urns here, if you want it. We're going to buy a magic barrier from him.
Farewell. May we meet again, one day soon.
Not exceptionally useful, but it has its uses. Great magic barrier will be a lot better once we can get it, of course. So this area is honestly not too bad once you learn where things are. There's a couple items throughout the middle of that area, but as long as you follow a wall, you'll get the important things. The Chloranthy ring and talking to Vengarl's head there are the most important things. So we have another bonfire here. And this whole area, again, you can go to without fighting a single boss. Now, I don't know why you would want to, but you could. There's some hilarious things you can do to sequence break some stuff, so. Another area down there. How many Fragrant Branches do we have? I know I collect quite a few. We still have 2. Okay. Oh, you know what? We're going to be right back here. There was something I wanted to go buy. Obviously, I still want to buy the bright bugs, which we'll get after we clear out this area. But I actually wanted to go buy a ring. I talked very briefly about this ring in the first episode.
Oh, you do have
You can see here, showing all the covenants and what ones we're in. I did show this off a little bit earlier, but we didn't have any covenants other than the Way of Blue at the time. We want to buy the Ring of Whispers.
Satisfied? I'll be around if you ever come back.
And we don't actually need to use that ring. But it gets us some extra dialogue and a handful of things that are kind of cool, so. There's a lot to do in this area. But most importantly, can I make this jump? Yeah, okay. This is one of the most important things here. We get the Fang Key. Now we're gonna have these around. Standing near those urns, while they are intact, will build up your curse meter, which is not good. I think we can drop into that room from the other side, right? We get another Sublime Bone Dust there, which is very nice. We use our second Fragrant Branch here. We'll have to come back here with some more branches a little later. But here we have Vengarl's body. This used to be in a different location, but they moved it here. Oh, really? I didn't realize this one was here. Okay. There is a weapon I'm a big fan of here. We have the Black Knight Halberd. Which, not everyone's a big fan of the changes they made. The Black Knight weapons in this game, we've picked up a couple already, are fire hybrid weapons. So, unlike in Dark Souls 1 where you just do a quality build with it, you really want to go... in this case, it's got really good scaling, B, D, C, but you want to go a hybrid build. And because it's fire, it's a bit of a toss-up, because fire builds already have 2 stats to invest in, right? Where a magic or lightning only have 1 magical stat to invest in, the other one can go into strength or dex. With something like fire, you have to invest into 2 stats for your magic. Same with dark. With fire, it's less so because it's both your intelligence and faith added and divided. But with dark hybrid weapons especially, they can be a little more difficult. But doing a fire infused Black Knight weapon is still very, very viable. And it means that you can be using pyromancies with it, which are very nice. This way. So we'll rest up here again since... No, we've only killed one enemy on the path we're about to go through. We can jump into that window there, but we'll go down there through another pathway. So that laughing sound is these jars. And like I said, they curse you. Curse is also nowhere near as bad as in Dark Souls 1. The Dark Souls 1 curse is called Petrify, the one that instantly kills you. And there's a second jar up top, which is going to get us here, yeah. Cursing will hollow us very slightly. Yeah, there it is. Come on. There we go. So it just means when you're done with this area, you'll probably want to use an effigy. Come break that, and then we'll deal with this guy here. Okay, this is the final chunk we need for our weapon, as well as a bolt stone. And we have him. This weapon always bothered me so much. It's a dark infused scythe. It calls itself a scythe, but it's actually a poleaxe, not a scythe. This is a poleaxe. The specific type, I believe, is a bardiche, but it's very much so not a scythe. Now, if we head down this way, this will go back towards where Vengarl's body was. So you could use this, a branch here instead if you wanted. Okay, is there something else up top? I feel like there is. Apparently not, though. So. Nothing. Strange, huh? Well, if we come over here and put on the Ring of Whispers.
Human, are we? This is no place for you. Be gone.
We can talk to him with the Ring of Whispers on because the Ring of Whispers lets us hear the voices of monsters. And clearly he's not human.
Are you not afraid of me? Humans rarely come here. Those who do turn back when they see me, or make an attempt on my life. But you are different. We once had a master. He created us long, long ago. But he was born with a fatal flaw. He resented those who had what he lacked and became fully mired in hatred. Eventually, he drove himself mad. It was at the peak of this madness that he conjured up we strange creatures. Our master was a tragically lonely soul. Eventually, his solitude eroded his very reason. In the end, he never understood what it was that he truly lacked. Nobody knows when we were born, or where our master has gone. The only ones who even speak a human tongue are myself and my better half. I wish to ask a favor of you. I want you to kill my betrothed. Once, I always found her at my side. But as time went on, things went awry. She became violent, raging uncontrollably. Eventually, she came after me. And we have been locked in combat ever since. We seem to be at a standstill. The wounds we exchange are never lethal. I was born of my master's madness. Perhaps this is some curse. I will be sure to assist you in return. The past is a distant fog. My name was Targ. That is all that I remember. The past, my name.
So, Tark here is asking us to kill his betrothed. So, we're gonna do that for him. We'll go ahead and take the Ring of Whispers off. I'll put the Ring of Steel Protection back on. We'll learn more about his master and about him. So you can see we have another statue here. However, we don't have a branch for it. He's in the way of that chest. We have a golden one here. We have one blocking an item on the floor there as well. Just a couple ways to fight these guys, but their attacks come out really quick, so it's usually best to swing and then run. So that quick roll away usually does it. It's very quiet, but you can hear something. Not the laughing. Give it a second, see if we can hear it again. Can you hear it? There's the growling of basilisks. That croaking sound. There's almost like a hooting sound that you can hear as well. We will see about that in just a moment. So this heads up towards the boss, which we will go do in a little bit here, but not quite yet. Can't remember if there's an item up this tower or not. Ah, not quite. So we do have an item here, but we have a little familiar face here. I was looking, I forgot that they moved him here because in vanilla he's by the bonfire before we go through the foggy area.
Just wait, you dirty rat. I remember you. Don't you scare me like that. I thought you were him. That bastard with the ring lives in Brightstone Cove down the way. I'm gonna find him and settle the score. Nobody insults me like that. For the good of the world and for my own honour. I won't let that bastard live another day. For the good of the... I won't.
I think we have now got all of the dialogue for that quest line. I can't remember. We're going to drop down here. We have another new NPC here. Now, I've talked a bunch about whether or not I'm going to do a certain optional boss or not. And this is what I'm referring to. In my own casual playthrough, I don't care to fight the boss of this covenant, and this is an optional areas. So I usually just kill this guy to get the item, and I've been debating whether or not I was going to do that here. But I'm going to hold off, and I'm going to do this boss.
Look how far this undead has wandered. And a very fit undead you are. A bit too alive, but with a darkish shadow. Yet still unprepared for a deeper dark. And like every undead, you have no future. Oh my, don't mind me. I'm just talking amongst myself. But if you find the need for a truer dark, then meet again. We shall. The dark is still nascent within you. May the dark shine your way. The dark.
So we have to talk to him a couple more times in some other locations, and then we'll be back here. You can see the basilisks that we heard earlier. And we can see the window I said we could jump to. The bonfire's right over there. These here are full of corrosive material. Is that all of them? It is. So we have a door here. This is where we use the Fang Key. And we have a Fragrant Branch of Yore in here. And if you've played Dark Souls 1, there's an optional area where you might have recognized one of these enemies.
Thank you for helping me. I am Ornifex. I owe you some form of thanks, but have nothing for you at the moment. If it would not trouble you, could you visit my abode just down the way? Thank you, kind traveler. I believe that I can be of assistance if you would visit me at my home. Thank you.
So, we'll have to go find her home a little later. This, if you're wondering where he came from, he crossed over that bridge right there. He's the one that we killed to get the Fang Key. He respawns every time, which is a little annoying, but... Oh, I suppose I should grab this, huh? So if we go over here, be a little careful. This drops down to where the basilisks were. Ooh. I'm not too worried about being cursed further, as I'll have to use a human effigy anyways, but... we have another Titanite chunk here, so we have more than enough to finish upgrading our weapon, which we will go do in a little bit. I can't remember if it is this one where we get another branch behind this or not. It is, okay. As well as we get the lion outfit. The lion mage gloves are quite useful. Okay, I think we've done everything. There's still 2 more spots where we could use a Fragrant Branch. We'll do this one. The gloves of the set we just picked up are quite useful. You can see these guys deal a lot of damage. It's the Warlock mask we get from him, which is right here. We don't even have the stats to use it. Go ahead and put our Alva helm back on. And I don't plan on using the Alva armor the whole game, if you're wondering. I do think it's very cool looking. But I have some other items I'll be wearing. So, we're going to go rest and repair the durability and heal up. And then we'll go run to the boss, as we've done everything other than the boss now. So I won't worry about any of these enemies, I'm just going to run right past everything. After this, we'll go talk to Vengarl as well. As if you remember, we did kill his body, so I believe there's some more dialogue we can get from him. We are going to be summoning an NPC for this fight, but not him. The NPC we're going to summon is right here. Man Scorpion Tark. I don't know if we need to summon him, or if we just need to kill this boss and go talk to him or not, but I like to summon him for it. So, we have Scorpioness Najka, who, if you didn't know, can actually be the first boss you fight, if you want. Ugh. Messes with her AI a little bit. You can actually cut her tails off if you want as well. Now, hopefully she goes after me and not Tark. So I'm going to try and... Okay, looks like she is. Good. We want her to break that tree. It's only a flame butterfly, but you can get an extra item there. When she does that, you can stand here on this wall and she cannot jump up on you through the sand. Okay, let's go grab this bonfire. Then we'll go talk to some NPCs. We'll go buy those bright bugs. And we'll do some other stuff. Then we'll go on and fight the Rotten. Doors of Pharos. Our weapon's not even plus 10 yet. Which we can go do, and we will in a moment here. No, there used to be a mimic there. But they have moved him. There's actually 2 paths out of there that we can go do. But for now, we're going to head to Majula. We're going to go upgrade our weapon, and we're going to buy those bright bugs before I forget.
Thank you. You've been, well, no interest.
So, can head over here, make it plus 9, and plus 10. So our weapon is plus 10 now. We're looking at some pretty decent damage there. Our right-hand weapon AR is 492, which is very high. Now we are going to go, let's see, we'll head back to the Shaded Ruins and we'll go talk to Tark. Now that we have reloaded this area, all of the pots will have respawned. So we'll probably get cursed again here, but that's fine. If we're fast enough getting to the basement, then the one up top there won't reach us. So, we'll go equip the Ring of Whispers.
You've defeated my better half. This is my thanks. Take it. I have no gods to pray to. But still, I pray that your journey will be safe. I have no god, but...
That gives a different reward than in vanilla. I'll have to double check that. See if I can still get the item I'm thinking of from him. Let's actually just... no, I was going to just run out, but... we have one more thing to get. Those sounds we're hearing are because of this. Go ahead and put the Ring of Steel protection back on. Forget what's in here, actually. Something useful, I think, but we'll find out. Well, not super useful, but I believe that's all of the items we can get here for Fragrant Branches. You can see that lion fighter over here. If we can get the item that I'm thinking of here, then this is the wrong one. Then I will come back and kill him after. But I will double check on the wiki first to make sure we still get that item here. So many things have changed from vanilla to Scholar, and although Scholar came out like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, I still have like nearly 2,000 hours in vanilla. So a lot of my knowledge gets mixed up on item placements. And we'll ignore all these guys and run right over to Vengarl. We should have aggroed at least one who will follow us up here, I'm sure. Maybe not.
Back again. Ah, it was you who vanquished my body. It is my body, you see, and I can sense what happens to it. I do not mourn for it. Good riddance. If you wish for help, summon me. I'm rusty in battle, but will fight by your side. I cannot lie. Sometimes I wasn't, and for his eye, but perhaps.
So, we can now buy his weapons. So, if we'd like to, we could. The red rest sword here is pretty good, as you can see, A scaling and strength. It has less flat, but better scaling. This has worse scaling, but better flat. His shield is 100% block as well, but as you can see, magic, fire, and lightning are very, very bad. It has good poison and bleed, though, but that's it. Everything else sucks.
Farewell.
So, we have 7 bright bugs now as well, which is nice. I don't think I rested at Bonfire, so it should take us... it took us here. Okay. Well, we still have some time in the video, so I will go finish off the boss that I started. We have 5 Souls of a Brave Warrior here, though. So we can spend some of these. Can probably get, what, 1 level, 2 levels? 2 levels? We could also level up our chime, I suppose. I'm going to be using this chime for a while. So I could always just reinforce it for now. Oh, it's already up to +7 now. Okay.
I'll be around.
I'll use some chunks on it, because I don't plan on using chunks on anything else for a while. In fact, Other than armor, I don't plan on using chunks for anything else. I'm gonna pop some souls here and buy some large Titanite shards from her as well. I think I can buy like 2 or 3. 1.
Visit me again.
Because I'll be taking my armor all the way up to +6, and then once I can buy unlimited Titanite chunks, which will be a little later, before we do the DLCs though, I'll upgrade the armor to +9, because it makes a big difference in the amount of defense that it gives, which for base game content, not so important, but it'll be much more important in the DLC. We have Lucatiel here. I don't think I need to summon her for this fight. I think you only need to summon her 3 times, not 4. But I'll summon her here again anyways. Just because. You shouldn't need to, but... Oh, we have another invader. Well, let's hope she hasn't been poisoned. It doesn't look like she has. Okay. She's taking a little bit of damage, but not too much. That's fine. She'll survive. We'll kill the boss quite fast here. So we have the Rotten here, who can actually be your first boss, like many other bosses in this game. Even though he's a Lord Soul boss, he can still be your first boss, which I think is pretty cool. He's not super difficult. Didn't get away in time. That's okay. Oh, I have a Sublime Bone Dust to turn into, I just remembered. And there's the Rotten. Again, not too difficult. +10 weapon makes this very easy, but that's 3 Lord Soul bosses done. We've been collecting a lot of fire seeds, which are used for upgrading your pyromancy flame. So I'm probably actually going to be using a pyromancy flame for a couple spells later. Got a petrified something and some spices. And then come out here. So we have another altar to a DLC, so we'll be back here for the DLC a little later. I'll be doing the DLC after I finish the main game content. And the DLCs in this game are fantastic. There'll probably be an entire episode per DLC, maybe even longer, depending on which DLCs.
You've been long. Well,
So, she will have... Oh, she doesn't have increased stock now. I guess it's at 2 and 4. There's nothing at 3. We are going to buy all of these, though.
Visit me again.
And we'll head over here to our armor. So they're all at +4. Now they're all at +5.
I'll be around.
I don't think I need either of their souls as well. But I'll hold off for right now. We'll burn this Sublime Bone Dust. And we're going to head to Things Betwixt here for the end of the video. And we're going to do a couple running around little things. You got some stuff to hand in to Pickle Pea and Pumperum. Which is their names in Dark Souls 3, but I don't know if that's their names here. Or is that the other way around? No, I think that's their Dark Souls 3 name.
You, give it mood.
Yes, you! Give us Silky!
Another Bolt Stone, very nice.
You.
Demon Great Hammer. Enchantress Trident. So we actually got all 3 of the weapons that you can get from Petrified Somethings. The Old Whip, the Demon Great Hammer, and the Chandler's Trident. We can also get chunks and some other things from there, though. So, I suppose I can go do that as well. Oh, you know what? There's a couple other things I forgot to do as well, now that I think about it. So many things to do. So, I'm going to put the cat ring back on. And we're gonna go do some falling again. We actually have the ladders now, so we don't need to do as much falling. Okay. Which ladder is it? Forget which one of these it is. Guess it's the one at the very bottom, huh? Show it off before I go there. Ah, it's right there. So that's where we dropped off originally. And if we come up here, we're going to come to a little bit of an impasse. There's a door. And we saw a door like this in the gutter as well. Okay. We got the Ring of the Evil Eye, which is actually a very useful ring. Homeward Bone. And this heads right here, which you might remember. We've already got everything here. This goes down to the gutter. So if we hadn't have gone through the Rat Covenant, we could have gone through there. So it's mostly just to get that Ring of the Evil Eye and show off that door. We're going to go back there for that door a little later, once we get the key to it. And again, I take all my equipment off because your weight will also play into how much damage you take from falling. We are going to go over here. We're going to go rejoin the Rat Covenant. This is why I said to hold on to your rat tail, so that you can rejoin the Rat Covenant if you leave it.
Why comest thou in thy troop begone?
So we'll abandon and rejoin the Rat Covenant.
My servant, do
We're going to want that for an upcoming area. And lastly, we're going to go fight a couple enemies here. Oh, come on. It made me roll. Unfortunately. I didn't press roll, it just did it on its own. Oh, come on. Very cool. That is why I did not use a human effigy there, because I'm probably going to die a couple times doing these drops. We'll do this drop down first then. So you can see we have another one of those doors here. Use one of these monastery charms to cure the poison there. So it is faster if you go the other way, but... So... Might see something pretty scary looking there. Let's see if I can aggro them one at a time. Looks like not. Well. Let's go heal up. Really? Come on. Oh, wrong item. Ouch. Okay. A little annoying, but not too bad. So we got the Forgotten Key and a Soul of a Giant. We got the Ring of Giants +1. Careful not to fall here. Okay. Definitely worth it for some silver talismans. And this takes you back to here. So... where is it? So hard to see. It is here. So, we'll use the Forgotten Key. And we have this gentleman again.
Young undead, don't let this curse win. We meet a second time. Perhaps you will yet traverse the dark. Young undead, if you truly seek the dark, then we will surely meet again. May we meet again?
So, we have a couple other places we can use the Forgotten Key, but that's gonna have to be in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and consider subscribing. I'll see you all in the next video.